Hey guys, what's up? Schlappy here, and we are back on the Project Singularity server over at our smart mining operation that we've been working on. Well, we worked on for one episode, but we're going to keep working on it. And I did a little bit of digging and a little bit of stuff. I put a staircase down into it. It's about to be night, but the smeltery, I've decided to use clay, and I thought I was going to go with stripes. I'm still not 100% sold on it, but I kind of like the way it looks. So the smelting, I think, is going to be that color. We're going to have an area here. And the storage area, which is going to be rather large, is going to be sort of, it starts up here and goes downwards. And then we're just going to have minecarts going around all over the place doing all kinds of different things. And I think that'll be really cool and have a cool effect. And we're going to put glass so you can see the minecarts. And it's going to be kind of a very visual operation where we could easily simplify it down so we don't have all kinds of things going every which direction. But that's kind of what I want, is for things to be kind of all over the place. So I've done a bunch of resource collection offline, off camera. I got a whole bunch of clay and a whole bunch of glass. I went and killed some withers with Walden. We got 2 nether stars. One of them is going to be over at the Mesa, a big haste beacon, so you can get that really fast. And so yeah, I've done a lot off camera. We had a good time fighting the wither. I was the distraction, and I got killed. And Walden never got hit because I was the distraction, so he just got to kill them. So it was fun. I didn't record, but anywho. So yeah, we're going to be working over here today, and I guess I'll explain what this section is. We're going to have a staircase come down here so you can get into it. It's going to be all covered up with glass and whatnot. This is going to be the quick grab section. We're going to have a double chest full of everything we collect, so iron, gold, diamonds, redstone, blah, blah, blah. We're just going to have a double chest here that is going to, the big storage is going to be over here, sort of below the ground here. It might come up to the top. But we're going to have a minecart from the bottom of that that's going to come and fill up here. These chests, it's just going to be a single chest or a double chest. That's just going to be filled up. It's just going to be a quick grab section. So if, like, oh, I need some iron, you come, you grab it from this chest and you can go. You don't have to go all the way into the storage system. It also adds the added benefit of having more minecarts roaming around, because we're going to use a minecart to transport from the bottom of the storage up to here. So I think that's going to be kind of cool to have sort of a quick grab section, and more minecarts speeding around. It's going to end up looking like kind of a workshop, I think. We're probably going to trim back this wall to about here so it's a bit more of an open vibe. But we're going to use this colored clay. Each section is going to have a different theme. And the furnace, I decided to go red and orange because, the kind of fiery colors. And I actually did a ton of wood collection. I got so much wood because obviously the hoppers needed for this build are crazy, and the chests and everything. There's going to be so much needed. It's ridiculous. I also added this border up here, so I was falling down, so I put up a fence. And I think I'm going to use these stone bricks to kind of have a walkway up here. And, so that I can come up here and you can wander around the top. There's going to be glass. There's not going to be any of this. There's probably going to be glass to look down. Also just for if anything breaks, you can come up here and get in there and whatnot. So that'll be kind of cool. This has been working well. I've used it for a few things, but there's going to be kind of a cool thing. So anywho, I've been talking for a while. Might as well get to building. So let me get some stuff together. We'll probably work on building the storage system today. Maybe not. Yeah, probably. This is going to output. This is the smelted materials. This is going to output into the storage system. And the storage system then outputs into the quick draw. It's not going to go this way. So that's going to be cool. We also need to get a system to unload that chest into a minecart and put it into the storage system. So we're going to build a storage system, I guess. It's going to be one big item sorter with a ton of storage underneath. So similar to this, but instead of smelting, it's just going to be a big storage room. How many things do we need to store? That's a good question. Let me figure this out. So I had to go grab cactus because we're actually going to need a lot of green. But look at this. Walden took down his castle, which is kind of a sad day. Okay. It's all kind of a sad day, but it's also kind of neat because he left all the structures that were inside of it, and it's kind of created this cool village. I also can't imagine how long it took to take down all of that cobble and stone, and oh my goodness. But it looks really cool, so that's really neat. But anyway, back to the project where we get started on the next part of it. Alright, so if good time to come back, I guess. So this is kind of the layout it's going to have. It has this sort of canopy thing over it. So I might move this one back because it's a little bit close, but it's going to have this canopy over it, which is actually pretty significant to the design because they all have a minecart unloader. So there's going to be a red torch on each of these. And I thought, you know, doing the canopy, it kind of hides a little bit of the redstone, except you get the redstone torch. And I was thinking maybe about adding a redstone lamp somewhere so you can see if it's being unloaded, but then you'll see the torch off. So I probably won't do that, but this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to move this one back because it's a bit close. And I'm going to just go ahead and put in sort of the face plates so you guys can see them, and then so I'm going to move this one back, fill out the face plates, and then we'll talk about sort of the redstone behind it. So here we go. So this is what the faceplate looks like, and then there's going to be item frames on the back of these stairs. Obviously we have to put in a floor and whatnot. But I like the idea of having multiple levels, so we're going to have to figure out some way for this to connect. And we're probably going to cut back this wall to sort of where we are here. Something around there, I suppose, would be sort of where they connect in a weird way. Maybe we can just bring... Well, there's going to be probably a little staircase up here. But we might be able to just sort of connect up just like that would be sort of the easiest way. But yeah, okay, so let's focus on today's little thing. So we're going to clear out all the land on top of this so you can see in. I think I talked before about how I want to have sort of a glass floor and covering the whole mining operation. And all the redstones could be visible from that. So that's kind of cool. So the first thing is, this is kind of an easy thing to do, is just to put the torch above each chest right here. And, you know, I was playing with these designs, you know, I had the item unloader off to the side, but that took up a lot of space. And then I realized if I put them sort of straight forward, they take up sort of one lane. I can't stack them next to each other, unfortunately, but I think this looks all right. But, you know, I was thinking about hiding this, and then, you know, you have to have a block sort of, you know, here. And I was like, that's kind of ugly. So I thought, just seeing the redstone torch isn't the worst thing ever. It's not that unattractive. So I thought this would be kind of a cool way to do it. So, yeah, let's put in some of the redstone. So let me get back there. I can just show you one, and then we can kind of figure out the rest of them off camera, I guess. So let's take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and that's everything we need. So let's just do the one right here. So let's clear out some space. Thank goodness for haste. Thank goodness for haste. So we have to have a hopper going in there, and then a chest on top of that. Now originally I was using 3 hoppers. 1, super inefficient use of resources. 2, it's actually too fast using 3 hoppers for the machine to detect it. So you have to use a chest between the 2 hoppers. It also just saves you a ton of iron. So that goes there, and then okay, this is hard to do on camera. I'm pretty bad at this. So let's just clear out. So this is the one that it's going to be reading. So we get the comparator there, and then there's a block here, and the repeater goes here. And that's everything. And then I forgot the powered rails, but basically that would be your rail system in. Your powered rail goes on top of here, and it would work. Let's go grab a powered rail and just test my theory that it works. I think I might put a door there just to be able to have access to this, because if anything's going to break in this system, I just feel like it's going to be this. But this actually doesn't use that many resources, which is nice. The storage system is going to use a ton. I also need a ton. I feel like I'm going to need to go mining because I'm going to have so much iron. So let's just mimic this. If that's on, the powered rail's off. So that'd be the same as a minecart unloading. So this works. The only reason I'm using the cyan blocks here instead of just any block is because I want you know, to look okay visible from upstairs. And that's what they're all going to be. Very simple, very basic. They're all going to be like that. And then when it's loading, you can see the thing turns off. So yeah, very cool. And we're going to get to work on it. I'm going to clear out a huge area. And those are super easy to put in. So, yep, here I go. I'm just going to put down everything. I'll see you guys with more or less completed. Okay, so they're all in. We're just gonna put some torches. I do want to light this with glowstone eventually, but for now I think it's fine. So it's all in. I just want to kind of clean up the look, find some way to connect this in. I think I broke that. Some way to connect that in a little bit nicer maybe. Put a little staircase, probably put the birch floor. Just kind of clean it up a little bit just because it looks a little kind of whatever at the moment. And clear out the area just so we kind of get a vibe of it. But they're all in and they're all functional, which is cool. They're very basic. We're also going to put in a failsafe for this. Probably next episode. I think I'm planning on doing like one part of this operation. I keep calling it an operation. One part of this each time, each episode, we'll do like another part of this super smeltery thing. Not super smeltery, super smart mining thing. So this was today's quick storage, which I'm pretty happy with. I think once we get in the floor and everything, it'll look a lot better. So I kind of want to do that, and let's just clean this up a little bit. I like to put that first because that's my weapon. I gotta fix this. That pickaxe has gone through hell and back, and that is not a pretty sight. Okay, let's get out of here. So yeah, I gotta grab some birch trees. I did a ton of farming the other day, and I got everything but birch. So that's unfortunate. I should really... I feel like... whenever I see people doing these huge builds, I'm like, man, just put a fence around it or something. You're gonna get creepered hard, and now I'm doing the same thing. So, yeah. We're going to clear out some land and whatnot, and I'll be back in a second with some finished up, some prettification. Oh, I see you. I see you, buddy. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at this. I built it up a little bit more. It's beginning to look a little circus tenty with those red lights, which is fine. We'll fix that later. I got in all the floor that I could before needing more birch wood. I really got to start farming those if this is what we're using. I had a ton of it, but it ran out super fast. So anyway, yeah, it's done. I have to go get some leather and whatnot, but 12 item frames isn't that much. But I think it's going to be cool to have like a quick draw. I put a little staircase up so we can walk around. We're going to sort of do something different with this. I'm not sure what, but something. So next episode, we're probably going to work on the storage and maybe start putting in mine carts. So far, all we've done is minecart unloaders. We obviously need loaders. I have been using the smeltery just to cook up. Oof. Server's struggling today, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Let's take the screenshot. Bang. So it is looking a little circus tenty with the stripes, which does bug me a bit. But, I kind of like the way this one looks. I'm not 100% sold on this. I think partially because of this kind of the layered thing. So maybe I'll move these forward one. Let's take a quick gander what that looks like just on that one side. So let's just go over here and just bang, bang. Get back all of it. So yeah, I think I mentioned it earlier. Me and Walden went and fought some withers. So getting clay is pretty fast now. I went and grabbed a bunch. I'll probably need a bunch more, but it's quite easy to get now with the beacon over there. I haven't fully installed the beacon. I still need to get some things. Yeah, I think it looks better as a full wall, so I'll probably move this forward one. I think that looks better than that. So that's cool. And yeah, so I think we're done for today. We put in the quick storage. I thought today would be a little bit shorter anyway because I don't have that much time and everything's pretty technical. So next episode, I think we're going to try putting in the big storage system. There actually is quite a buffer over here. There's 2 hoppers and 2 single chests. So that's quite a bit of storage for things. Obviously things like cobble and whatnot will fill up really fast, but like diamonds and everything obviously won't. I also talked about putting a failsafe in here, and I'll talk about that again after, but the idea is that because this bounces the cart back if there is no items in it, they're just going to be bouncing back and forth if there's no items. So I came up with just a really easy way to more or less turn this entire thing on or off so that the cart isn't bouncing between them. But yeah, so next time we'll probably work on the storage. We're going to need so many chests and everything. I looked up how many things I have to store. There's 3 more than here, so 15 across, and I'm going to want quite a bit of storage. I think it's going to be a little bit dependent. Obviously, diamonds, we don't need, 20 double chests, so it's going to be a bit different for each thing. We're also getting a ton of hoppers and whatnot, but this is done, which is cool, and yeah. I also going to need to go iron mining big time. But thanks for watching, like, comment, sub, all that good stuff, and come back because I feel good. Like, progress is being made each episode, which I'm really happy with. And, it's going to be really cool once it's done because it's going to be so functional and fun, and I think it's going to be cool. So, yeah, happy with it, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!